Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, allow me to thank the Majority Leader for that very comprehensive update to the House regarding the achievements and the challenges that have been faced this House in the 10 years. Madam Speaker, I served in the National Assembly for 15 years. And in the last 10 years, that is a time when this House, under the new Constitution, was established. And Madam Speaker, that time we used to understand this House differently. I used to understand differently. In a sense that even when, and I think I've said this before, when there was need to facilitate and to avail funds to this House for senators to be able to perform their functions, I was one of those members in the National Assembly, Madam Speaker, which really opposed. And I remember when the regulations came before the House, I was the chairman of the Delegated Legislation Committee that time. And we never saw the need, and I never saw the need as the chair of that committee that time. Madam Speaker, having been now in this House, it has already been said by the Majority Leader that one of the challenges this House faced is the fact that it didn't have resources, that senators were not being facilitated to be able to perform the functions. And I think, Madam Speaker, there will be a Kamukunchi after this sitting to discuss as a House on how best as a House we deal with that particular situation. Madam Speaker, unless and until this House is enabled to perform their functions. Madam Speaker, when I was a member of Parliament, you will allow me to refer to this because I want to draw comparison between what happened in that situation and now. The amount available for a member of Parliament to manage a constituency is the same amount availed to a senator to manage for Nairobi 17 constituencies. In Baringo now, I manage 6 constituencies using the same resources I used to manage one constituency. That is a challenge, Madam Speaker, and I think even as we appreciate the challenges this House has gone through, the successes it has been able to achieve, that is an area we need to look into. Madam Speaker, 10 years have gone, and evolution, as envisaged initially, was so that, Madam Speaker, we take more resources down to the people. Madam Speaker, today we are at 385 billion, if I'm not wrong, in this coming budget, from what we know. I still believe, Madam Speaker, Baringo, for example, a county with challenges, 65% arid and semi-arid, Madam Speaker, receives only about 6.5 billion Kenya shillings. It is unable to achieve and to perform and deal with matters challenging facing our people. So, Madam Speaker, I think this House, as we listen and appreciate the successes Senate has done over the years, it is time for us now, Madam Speaker, as a House to stand firm, claim our space, and continue to use the existing current understanding between the two Houses, Madam Speaker, because I believe that there is some element of understanding now, so that, Madam Speaker, we reduce the tension that has existed before between the two Houses. Madam Speaker, I am happy today that I participate in this House. And as we move forward, Madam Speaker, Kenyans and Kenya, Madam Speaker, will be